As you may remember, recently I tried to make a 3x3x2 Rubik's Cube shape mod, and that completely failed because I tried printing it in FDM, so there were some fragilities, and well, basically it didn't work out. I could have insisted and tried more and more, but I was not interested because, as I said, FDM isn't really made for twisty puzzles, so I decided to print a new one using SLS, which is a technology that's much more adapted because this technology allows me to get things right on the first try and not on the fourth. So let's open this and assemble this puzzle. So the first thing I'm noticing is that the cap is excessively small and thin. So what I mean is that here there's barely anything that's going to go inside the center. Now I know why I did that, because the mechanism is very thin at this point right there, but yeah, I guess I'll have to glue it or something. It's fine. But yeah, it's something I could have noticed previously, but I was so focused on everything failing that I didn't really focus on the things I could improve. So let's just assemble the core and see if I can assemble this whole puzzle. So I'm going to start just like previously. So there's only one screw in there, it's not really adjustable. You just have to screw the two halves of the core together, and once that's done, all that's left is the assembly. So it's a very simple mechanism. It's like a spindle mechanism with a 1x1x2 core, like that. Great. That feels much better than the FDM thing. See, this is perfectly smooth, like right out of the box. That's what I like about SLS puzzles. So yeah, let's just try to assemble this. Same thing. Oh yeah, that is smooth. Okay, perfect, great. That is so much better than what I saw in the previous, video, which was a pain just to film. But I'm not expecting this puzzle to be perfect because the mechanism is quite. Well, there's something specific about this mechanism. These parts here, they just have one hook, not like a two-sided hook like those corners do, like this, on two sides. And what that means is that it's the same type of problem that you could find on a puzzle, say the Megaminx 2x2, for example, that I designed, and that was mass-produced by a company that didn't really care to make it better, and that didn't really care to, to pay me for the work that they promised to pay me for. But yeah, essentially it's this type of problem that you can find on a puzzle like this. So I don't expect it to be perfect, but I do expect it to be much, much better than the previous version, which was FDM printed. So now I'm starting with the edges and corners, just like I would on a regular 3x3x2 Rubik's Cube. So first you start with one edge, add the two half edges, because that's what this version has that the regular one doesn't. And then you add two corners to make sure that it is stable and assembled. So this is the first layer that I've assembled. I might need to unscrew the screws inside just to tension it a bit less during the assembly. I guess we'll see. For now, it doesn't. I mean, it looks like I'm gonna have to do that, but there's no assurance that it's gonna be the case. So I'm continuing with those edges right there. I'm just gonna time-lapse that thing. Okay, so I'm reaching the final corners, and now there's just the final assembly of the edge that's, well, the remaining edge. And actually, since there's only one hook, so it's less stable, but it also means that it's easier to assemble because it's easier to pop. So it's, it's a negative thing, but it's also a good thing for the assembly. Now, straight out of the box, so this face turns really well because, well, not surprising, it's SLS, so it's much more stable. And these faces turn much, much better than last time. Okay, now that's another story. See, this is why I like SLS so much. It's just so easier to make. It's just, yeah, it's way better. Alright, so I'm seeing that my battery's low, so I'm just gonna shut down the camera for a second. I'm back, and that was just an excuse, to be honest, because I needed some super glue for the cap, and I didn't have any lube on hand, so I went and picked that up. Since it turns already so well, I'm still gonna put lube because, you know, great is better than well. Still need to tension that a little bit because I feel like the sides turn a little bit less good than the faces, top and bottom faces. Although, no, that was fine. That was fine. Okay, so let's just put some lube in there, make it turn better. I mean, seriously, would you look at that? That is crazy. It's been so well. I mean, this thing is finger trickable. With the FDM, I couldn't even turn it without breaking it, and this is like a first try, perfectly finger trickable and everything, so yeah, in my opinion, much better. Okay, and since it's already tensioned quite well, although I'm gonna tension it slightly more, so that with wear, it'll be okay. Just a little bit less, and then we're good to go. I'm gonna put the cap on, super glue it, but only slightly. That way it's not too excessive. Well, that was too much. Let's take a bit of that out. Alright, and get that in there. Okay. I feel like the center cap is a bit too big. I should have put more like rounded edges, I guess. Okay, well, while the glue is drying, I am just gonna sticker that thing. Okay, so this is the finished puzzle right there. And I think it looks really good. Now, just one small detail that you probably didn't notice, here the stickers are actually rectangular. That's because I wanted 60-degree cuts so that I could turn it as much as I want. Except that if I do this, well, the top pattern isn't gonna be just regular like a 3x3, you know? It's actually gonna go a little bit further, so I had to cut it down so it's not just a mechanical modification of a 3x3x2 Rubik's Cube, it's also a slight shape modification. So let's turn this and see what it looks like. So let's first do a checkerboard pattern. Honestly, this thing turns so much better than the FDM version, it's crazy. And yeah, now I'm going to show you the special moves, because I've never shown you those, because the other one didn't work that well. So essentially, it's just like my split 3x3x2, except on the split 3x3x2, there was one cut like this and one like that, so I could just do 90 degrees and turn it like that. Now with this one, it's 60 degrees, so I can turn it like this. So let's see from another angle. Essentially, you're turning this whole thing like that. And since it's 60-degree cuts, then you can just turn it 60 degrees and get another twist like that. And that's where it gets complicated. Now that looks really cool. Oh, that is so nice. That's crazy. I feel like it's gonna scramble so fast. You know what? I am gonna scramble it. Let's do this. Let's get a few regular moves on that one. This is gonna be crazy. Okay, let's get some crazy moves. Now, if I do this normally, this move right there, I think, yeah, this should not shapeshift if I turn it like that. Nice. See? Now, there is one detail, like this barely scrambled anything because I actually sent some blue and some green against some blue and some green, so that didn't actually scramble those edges, but I'm pretty sure it caused a parity error, and that's crazy. So if I turn it like this, see, it's not going to change this, but if I do a 180-degree turn here, and I turn it like that, now it's going to do some sort of cool blue-green checkerboard thing. Let's scramble the red and orange edges as well. Let's also do some shape-shifting moves. Oh, that looks so good. That's crazy. Look at that. Is that a legal move? I don't even know. I feel like something's blocking when I do this. What could that be? Oh no, it's that I didn't move it all the way. Wait a second. That's strange. I feel like something's blocking my move where it shouldn't be. Oh, right. Okay, so I feel like this corner right there, it's kind of interfering with this layer here. So that means there's still some problem in the design. So it's not perfect. There's still some problem in the design, and now it's causing it to be a bit stiff. But it's not keeping it from turning, it's just making it slightly stiffer because the design isn't perfect. So technically, with a little bit of well, with my Dremel I could actually fix that problem. I don't have to redesign it. I should just shave a little bit off each corner's mechanism because it seems to be interfering somewhere inside. But yeah, this is what it looks like scrambled. It's pretty crazy. I really like it. It's really nice. And yeah, it's actually a very simple design, but it's efficient. So yeah, I hope you liked this puzzle. If you did, feel free to subscribe and, well, I don't know which direction, I think it's down there. Yeah, subscribe and I guess I'll see you in the next video. Next video is going to be really cool. It's not a puzzle, but it's one of my better builds. So yeah, feel free to check it out. Stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next video.